What's going on, everybody? It's Cody here from TideWe. I hope everybody is having a great spring so far. The Fox River is open here in DePere, Wisconsin. The spring bite is on, and there's plenty of boats coming out here every single day to do some walleye fishing. So today I just kind of wanted to talk about, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, just wanted to go through some techniques and maybe some tips for some of you that are kind of new to the river fishing or new to this river system, and then maybe some of you that just want to know more about fishing certain baits, different techniques, and different styles and stuff like that. So today we just got off the Fox River. We actually did pretty well today. I think between Jason and myself, I think, how many do we have?
Oh, like
30 fish maybe total?
Yeah, something like that.
Absolutely gorgeous morning, but that wind picked up and it really started to get cold out there. So this morning I was mainly using a jig and plastic. A couple days ago I was also running blade baits, and we did very well on those blade baits as well as I did the plastics this morning. So a lot of the plastics and a lot of the baits, blade baits, rip and wraps, everything that we've been using on the Fox the last couple of weeks, you can actually get right at the Swamp Donkey Hut. As you can tell, we're at Fox Point Boat Launch right now. The Swamp Donkey Hut is right over there. It's that gray trailer. If you guys walk in there, you're gonna find everything you absolutely need to catch fish out on the river this time of the year. So that's why it's there. There's one here at Fox Point, and then there's also one over at Replay Sports Bar across the river by the Brown County Fairgrounds. Let's go ahead and run through some of my favorite colors of blade baits that I have been using basically the last 2 years now. I really just got into these last year. This is a J&M blade bait. This is one of my favorite colors. This is a purple chartreuse with pink stripe. This blade bait caught me a lot of fish. And then also my other favorite color that I actually have tied on to a rod right now is this one right here. It's got a purple top, pink belly, white with black stripes. This one is an absolute killer in the 3/8 and 1/4 ounce versions. I've been running these on the Fox River since, like I said, last spring, and doing absolutely phenomenal on these. If you guys are subscribers of TideWe, you've probably seen some videos of us using these in the past. We have some absolute stellar days on these blade baits. We caught probably close to 50 to 100 fish in last year's video that I posted using these baits on this channel. So if you want to see those videos, I'll link them down below. But yes, these blade baits do catch fish, and you can again find these at the Swamp Donkey Huts. There's all sorts of them. These are the J&M blade baits. You can find them in the 1/4 ounce style, 3/8 ounce style too as well. So I prefer to run the 3/8 ounce depending on the current, but if that current is down a little bit, I'll actually switch over to a 1/4 ounce style blade bait and do just as well. So sometimes color doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of difference, but these are the two colors that I've been doing really well on. How I like to work these blade baits are little soft, subtle pops off the bottom. Right now the water temperatures are anywhere from 34 up to 36 degrees on some days, and until that water temperature really starts to rise, you kind of want to work these a little slow. Those soft little subtle pops off the bottom are going to trigger those reactionary style bites when you're ripping these in front of those walleyes' faces that are sitting tight to bottom. So awesome bait. Once again, just nice little subtle cadence pop, and you'll start catching fish on these right away. Moving on to my next favorite style of fishing, and actually didn't do a whole lot of last year, but spent most of the day doing today, as I told you earlier, is a jig and a plastic. Now I've got all sorts of plastics right here. So as you can tell, we got two types of plastics here. We have like a fluke style plastic, and then we also have a ringworm style plastic. Both of these plastics have been working great. Basically what I ran this morning was the ringworm style plastic. Now I like that ringworm style plastic for the colder waters just because that tail with the little bit of pops that you're giving it from the rod tip. So just that little bit more action that you get out of the ringworm right now in this cold water definitely helps trigger a little more bites than you would normally get on just like a fluke style bait. But both of these baits have been catching fish, and both of these baits you can also find at the Swamp Donkey Hut. The cool thing about these baits right here are these are exclusive to the Swamp Donkey Hut. These are actually Fox River plastics. These things have been killing it the last few days, and you definitely want to go check these out if you haven't already. So once again, these are available at the Swamp Donkey Huts. Pair these up with a 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce jig head, whatever it may be, and once again, just like the blade bait, only a little slower. You want to give these little subtle pops off of bottom, on the mud flats, in the rocks, whatever it may be, and you're going to start catching fish. So a wide variety of colors available at the Swamp Donkey Hut. These are just some of the colors that we've been doing well on. When it comes to jig style or picking jigs to put on your plastics, you want to generally look for jigs that have a little longer of a shank. This longer shank is going to get that hook a little further back on the plastic depending on how long the plastic is. So a lot of times I'll like to run the VMC Moon Eye jigs or the VMC eyeball jigs here, just because they got a little longer shank, and then they also got that plastic keeper on the front end to help keep that plastic on the hook itself. So color, I always like to kind of stick with flashier colors in the spring. This gold Walleye jig from Kalen's is a good one to run to as well. As you can see, it's got that longer shank, and then you're also going to have that flashy top, which is definitely something you want when you're targeting these cold water walleyes. Like I said, there's a wide variety, obviously, of jigs that you can pick from. If you are going to be running minnows or anything, any type of live bait out here too as well, you can use stand-up jigs. These work really well if you have live bait on them. While you scoot them across bottom, they'll actually stand up like this, kind of showing the profile of that minnow a little bit more, giving you a better chance to get some bites. This next bait that you can also use in the spring, and some people have been using already, is a rip and wrap. You're probably familiar with these. These got a very subtle break to them too as well. When you're working them, you kind of want to work really slow pops, really slow ups, just so you can feel that little bit of tick and then let it drop. Pull up, little bit of tick, and let it drop. These baits are going to have a lot of flashy noise to them, so if the water's a little dirtier, you can depend on these baits a little more, just because you're going to get that noise, that rattle, and those fish are going to kind of rely on their senses more than their eyeballs when it gets to that point. So some of these baits can be really well in the early spring, but a lot of times I like to wait until the water warms up to about 40 degrees before I start throwing a little more aggressive bait like this. But they can definitely put some fish in the boat and can be absolutely amazing on some days out here in the spring. So definitely want to have some of these. From my experience, you always want to use chrome colored baits on those bright sunny days, and then stick to those duller style baits on the cloudy days, just to help you get more bites. So these are also available at the huts if you need them. Overall, the fishing has been fantastic so far with the week and a half that the Fox River has actually been open. If you're looking to do some trolling right now, I'd probably stray away from it, just from the loose ice chunks that are kind of floating around the river right now. There's a lot of ice. Even today we hit a couple pieces that you couldn't even see, because that ice is starting to, when it melts, it really gets clear and kind of blends right in with the water, especially if the wind picks up too, like it did today. And like I said, if you haven't been out on the Fox River yet this year, now is the time to do it. Everything's really starting to thaw out, open up, and with this week's weather, fishing is only going to get better. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped you out a little bit to get out here and put some walleyes in the boat. Like I said, I just wanted to talk through some of the baits that I've been using so far this year, some of the baits that I've used last year, and the techniques and how to work them. So hopefully you guys will be seeing some more videos here on the Fox River in DePere. We got a lot of fishing left ahead of us for the spring here, and we're definitely looking forward to it. So thank you guys again so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please go down, smash the subscribe button down below. Also, if you are interested in copying yourself some TideWe merchandise, we got some bibs on, we got the jacket on right now. This is all available at TideWe.com and Amazon as well, if you're interested in checking some of that stuff out. We also got an abundance of new products coming out, an abundance of new products that released last year that you can check out on our website too as well. So if you're into hunting, you like hunting turkeys, you like hunting deer, you like duck hunting, goose hunting, whatever it may be, we definitely will have something for you to check out. So as always, keep living your passion, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.